What's going on, guys, and welcome your face back to another video. Now, the mythical game, where it currently stands, all of us are waiting patiently on the edge of the freaking cliff at this stage. Honestly, man, Just Cause 4, Avalanche Studios, you guys have got to release something, alright? You cannot just leave us like this. Now, a lot of people say, hey, SuperRebel, you know, get off your fucking pedestal. This game really is not in the making. Now, just to give you guys a little recap, in case you don't really know where we currently stand, or you haven't simply seen the previous videos, alright? The game, whatever they're working on, as it currently stands, is definitely a next-gen game. Now, in terms of a release date, 2020, maybe 2021 is probably a date to, I guess, look out for in terms of the game itself releasing. It could always be sooner, but realistically speaking, if I had to go with either 2020 or 2021, it'd be 2020. Now, the game's gonna have multiplayer because Avalanche Studios were looking, I think, for like a senior multiplayer programmer or something along those lines, and they still seem to be searching for new people. Now, E3, that is what I want to talk about in this video, and I know I've seen this comment before, and I know you guys are thinking it right now, and that is, SuperRebel, this game is not going to be announced at E3, so that's first of all, and second of all, E3 is just going to have zero to do with the game's existence. Now, my friend, sit down, because I'm about to school you, alright? Honestly speaking though, you know when you just feel something in your damn bones? That is what I feel right now. And hopefully it's not something I gotta go doctors for, you know? Hopefully this is a good thing, because here's the really interesting part, at least to me, alright? PlayStation 5 and Xbox, whatever the hell it will be called, is definitely on the horizon, alright? We're at that time, and a new gen console as a whole is something that's got to be dropped around now, and we know E3 is that gaming event where these things do get announced. Now, what's even crazier is today, apparently there was a leak about PlayStation 5, or their new PlayStation, because we don't know if it's still going to be called PlayStation 5, but it was about one of their features. Now, the reason why I'm saying this is because we already know that, of course, this game is going to be a next-gen game. Second of all, our favorite man on the interwebs, Christopher Sundberg, said, if you guys just saw the screenshots from our next-gen game I just saw, you'd shit a fucking brick. Seriously, I did. Now, Christopher is a man we definitely do not doubt, alright? This man is a freaking legend, alright? And he probably did shit a brick out. At this stage, I don't put anything past Christopher, honestly. This guy's cool as shit, and I mean, from where we currently stand, I'm pretty sure that if I saw this stuff, I'd probably be in that same situation. Now, it's definitely not going to be another Mad Max game, although it kind of like could be, but the very slightest, and we know it's not going to be one of their Hunter games in the series. So that being said, it kind of leaves it to be Just Cause 3. And when you look at that and their success for the last Just Cause 3, even in sales wise, I believe it didn't do as great as Just Cause 2, but in terms of the attention it got and them seeing what could make it bigger, is why I feel now they have that capability to do so with Just Cause 4, because for instance, Just Cause 3 needed multiplayer, right, to be a bigger game than it already was. That being said, they wasn't able to do that on the last gen or current gen consoles as it currently stands, because they simply didn't have the power to do so. Like, you can't also compare them to big companies out there like Rockstar Games and, you know, Ubisoft and things along those lines, because they're not really as big as that. So as far as capability goes and that stuff, they simply just didn't, I guess, have the power, or the system simply couldn't handle the power and the, well, a whole bunch of different things. I'm not a game developer, alright, but it's safe to say it's something they tried to put in the game, but simply weren't able to do so because it just simply wouldn't support it. So that's why next gen consoles are such a big thing as it currently stands for Just Cause 4, because that is going to be the console where it allows them to do that. So I got a feeling we're gonna get that announcement next month, so 1 month left until the new gen consoles do get announced. Then that being said, I can feel an announcement for Just Cause 4 possibly towards the end of this year, early next year, then releasing for the following year, possibly, or it could just simply be announced at next year's E3. Like I said, in terms of a release date, we really do not know where we stand with that stuff. It could be sooner than what I said at the beginning of the video, or it could be later. But I want you guys to get in the conversation below right now and let me know your E3 expectations as it currently goes for new gen console, and how you feel this is going to have an impact on whether we're going to get Just Cause 4, for instance. But I mean, going from what Christopher Sundberg is saying and all the teasers he's been putting out multiple times, I just feel it's gonna be Just Cause 4, alright? It's gonna be an open world game. All these things have been teased before, and it only makes sense to match up with a Just Cause game. But it could also be something completely new in the series, but I'm not even going to talk about that. So guys, get in the comment section below and leave your thoughts on that. Now, one more thing I did really want to touch up on is I saw this article that was about a whole bunch of different things that people do want to see in Just Cause 4. They mentioned about a more detailed world in the game. Now, to be completely honest with you, I kind of got that. And although there's a huge list on things I would personally like to see in the game, I think at this stage I'd rather maybe a smaller map, but something basically that is definitely packed with a load of things to do, because I found that with Just Cause 3 the huge map was great, right, when it comes down to flying planes and so forth, but it kind of just got to a stage where you're looking at all the scenery and it's amazing, but it kind of then got boring and you felt like the map was big for nothing essentially. I would like it maybe to be around the same size that Just Cause 2 was. I'd say that's reasonable. I always go by like the very important rule that it's not always about the map size of a game, it really is about the density in the game, what you can do, side missions, all of that stuff, because then you find that the game is bigger than it actually is, because you're always coming into these random occasions and there's kind of just a whole bunch more things to do. But like I said, Just Cause 3 was a game where, you know, your imagination was the limit. So like, even if you felt you could do, or you have done everything in the game, it was left down to the question to, well, did you really do everything in the game, if you know what I mean? So that's where I still feel it's a great game. Imagination definitely is something there. But if I had to add one thing, and this is still one of my most requested things, it has to be like, you know, the old school cheat codes, because even with mods and all that sort of stuff out there, you see things like flying cars in the game and all that stuff, but of course people are limited to, you know, how much fun they can have in one game, because the PC people always have those mods, you know, and that availability to always essentially create something new. So when you're on console, you don't really, you know, have that power, I guess you could say. So those are pretty much two things that I would say to keep a big lookout for Avalanche Studios. You know, if this game is in the process, a multiplayer definitely would nail it. It's gonna be great either way. But remember that sometimes it's not always about, you know, if the game has multiplayer or not. We've seen this game, you know, come up in the single player era and it has done phenomenal, and even more recently we've seen games without a single player games only, such as God of War, and look how ridiculously great that has done. And then of course we got games such as like Spider-Man PS4 coming up, and that's just another game that really shows that, hey, sometimes you don't need multiplayer to make a game great. If you've got the vision and, you know, you make the game full of a bunch of cool things and, you know, it's not going to get repetitive and boring, then that right there is a great game. And that pretty much is what I want Avalanche Studios to kind of move forward with. But again, I'm just rambling on at this stage, to be completely honest with you. But it's, you know, it's YouTube, get your damn thoughts out there. So get in the comment section below, give me like a top 5 wish list maybe on things that you would like to see in Just Cause 4, and then 5 things maybe you don't want to see in Just Cause 4. That's also another video I will be making. But ladies and gentlemen, that is going to wrap up this one here. So if you enjoyed, subscribe for more awesome content. In the description below is a playlist to previous Just Cause 4 videos I have made, so if you want to see any of the things I was talking about in this video when the news was released or teasers, you can go ahead and check those videos out. But ladies and gentlemen, subscribe for more awesome down content, and I will see you in the next one. Until then, have yourselves a ridiculously amazing day, and until the next one, adios amigos.